Namaste students. I hope you all are fine. Today we are going to start chapter number 9, Financial Management of Business Studies. Before I start the chapter, let us recapitulate the meaning of finance and the importance of finance. Business finance. Every business enterprises, whether it's big or small, needs finance to carry on its operation. The importance of finance increases as there is an increase in mass production and the use of capital intensive techniques. The success of any business depends on how well the finance is invested in the assets of the business and in their operations. And yes, how timely and cheaply we acquire the funds, the procurement of the funds. The success of businesses depends on these things only, ki how timely, how well we acquired the finance and how well we have invested that finance in the business activities. So you can say finance is considered as a lifeblood for any business. Now come to the business finance. Business finance refers to the money which is required to carry out the business activities. The money which we require for the business activities is known as a business finance. Business finance is basically concerned with the acquisition of funds, the use of funds and the distribution of profits by the business enterprises. Almost in every business activities we need finance. We need finance in the business to start and establish the business, to run day-to-day activities, or you may say the payment of salaries, the payment of wages, and for purchasing the raw material we need finance, to expand, to modernize the business we need finance, to purchase any asset in the business we need finance. So the availability of adequate finance is very much important for the success and the growth of any business. So as we all know, the finance is a lifeblood of any business activities. So the management of that finance is basically more important thing in the business. Financial management is basically concerned with the flow of funds, concerned with the management of flow of funds. In other words, we can say financial management is basically planning, organizing, directing and controlling the financial activity of any business. Financial management is concerned with the management of flow of funds, in which we involve three types of decisions. The decisions related to the procurement of funds, the decisions related to the investment of that fund in long-term or short-term assets, and the profit which we are earning, how we are going to distribute that profit. That decision also comes under a financial management. So financial management is basically manage the financial activities of the business, which involves procurement of the acquisition of the funds, the usage of the fund and the distribution of earning or profits which is earned by the business, how we are going to distribute that profits in the business. That is known as the financial management. So the financial management is concerned with the optimal procurement and the usage of finance. Basically, this financial management is concerned with two aspects. First is procurement of funds and the second is usage of the fund. First, procurement of funds. For the optimal procurement, we have to identify the different source of finance. Like we can raise funds from equity share, from preference shares, debentures, retained earnings are there, and the other short-term sources of business finance. From these resources we can raise funds. So first of all, for the optimum procurement of the funds, we have to identify and then we compare these different sources with the cost and the other associated risk. The risk should be minimized and the cost is also less for the procurement of funds. Second thing is usage of finance. The funds which we procure under the procurement of funds, now it needs to be profitably invested. The usage, the optimum utilization of the funds is also required, and that also comes under the financial management. Under a financial management, we procure the funds and then we properly utilize, properly invest that fund so that the return, the earning on that investment is more than the cost of funds. That is more important in financial management. So financial management is basically aims at to reduce the cost of procurement of fund, to keep the risk under control, to earn a maximum profit on the investment, or you may say the higher earning on the investment, higher return on the investment, or the optimum utilization of funds, the availability of funds whenever it requires, the timely availability of funds. That is also comes under a financial management. So under financial management, we are basically keep a check on the procurement of funds, the usage of the fund, and yes, the profit which we are earning, how we are going to distribute. That also comes under the financial management only. Financial management aims at to reduce the cost of financial the funds and the proper utilization of funds so that we earn higher return on the invested. The cost should be less of the procurement of funds. And yes, the main thing, how we are going to distribute our earning, our profit in the business enterprises. That is also comes under a financial management. So overall financial success is basically depends on the good financial management, and good financial management aims at the procurement of funds at a cheaper rate and then utilize them in that manner so that we can earn a higher return on that investment. That comes under a financial management. Next is role and the importance of financial management. Importance of financial management. Financial management is basically related with the management of funds, management of finance. Now come to the role and the importance of financial management. Financial management basically involve the financial health of any business. The financial statement like profit and loss account and the balance sheet reflects through this financial management, or basically the financial management decision directly or indirectly affect the financial position or the financial statement of the business. Some examples are given here. First is size as well as the composition of fixed assets. Under the financial management, we decide how much amount we are going to invest in a fixed assets. So the size of the fixed asset is decided under the financial management only. How much money we are going to invest in fixed assets, and when there is an increase in the investment of fixed assets, so there is an increase in the requirement of working capital also, your working capital assets also. So the financial management decision involve the decisions related to the investment in fixed assets. As I told you, under financial management we take three types of decisions. How funds we are going to raise, where we are going to invest, and how we are going to distribute the profits. So that thing is related to the investment in the fixed assets. So the size of the fixed asset, and that fixed asset only we are going to write in our balance sheet, and that the financial management only tells us how much money we blocked in our fixed asset. That comes under the financial management. Second is quantum of current assets. Yes, as we decide how much money we are going to invest in fixed asset, that also will decide how much money we are going to invest in current asset and in what proportion we are going to invest. For example, if I say under financial management we take a decision of credit policy, we are going to sell the things on credit only. That will directly affect our debtors. Debtors is our current asset only. So the proportion of current asset also affected by the financial management decisions. Next is amount of long-term and short-term financing. Yes, under financial management only we take a decisions कि what will be the proportion of long term and the short term finance. A company raise funds, a business can raise funds from long term sources also and from short term sources also. There are some benefits and some limitations of both the sources of funds. If a company raise funds from the long term sources of finance, then it will provide a liquidity to the business. On the other hand, when the company raise funds from the short term sources of finance, it gives profit to the business. It is a profitable for the business. It increases the profitability of the business. How? See, raising funds through the short term sources is comparatively less risky or less costly than the fundraising through the long term resources. On the other hand, when we raise fund from the long term sources, it are more reliable and we have to pay it later on. So it increases the liquidity of the business. On the other hand, the short term sources of business finance is basically cheaper and less costly. So under financial management decision only will decide ki how much amount we are going to raise through long term sources and how much amount we are going to raise through short term sources, so that proportion will decide under financial management only. Next is breakup of long term financing into debt and equity. As we all know, the companies raise funds from the long term sources are for raising funds through the long term sources, and that are equity and the debt. Through equity and debt, we can raise funds for the long term. Equities, as you all know, that is owners fund only. There is no fixed liability on raising the fund through the equity. And on the other hand, debts are the borrowed fund. It increases the fixed liability of a business. So under financial management decision only will decide the proportion of debt and equity, how much funds we are going to raise through long term sources through equity, or how much we are going to raise through equity and debt. What will be the proportion between the debt and equity for raising the long term finance for the business. That also comes under the decisions under financial management. Next is all items in the profit and loss account. Yes, when we take decisions under financial management, it directly or indirectly affect our profit and loss account. For example, if we raise funds from the debentures through the borrowed fund, then our fixed liability and the interest on that debenture will be increased, and that is a compulsory expense, and that will affect our profit. That definitely we have to write in our profit and loss account. On the other hand, when we raise funds from equity, that will affect the higher payment of the dividend to the shareholder, and then also profit will be less for us. So like this, and the amount which we are investing in fixed assets, in current asset, that also affect the profit and loss account. So the decision which we take under financial management, that affect the items of profit and loss account. So these are the importance of financial management. Basically, the financial position of the business or the financial statement is reflect by the financial management, the decision which we take under the financial management. See, the financial statement of the future's financial statement basically decided by the current and the past decision which we are taking under the financial management. So the financial management is directly or indirectly related with the financial position or the financial statement of the business. It affects that business. So these are the importance and the role of financial management. I hope it is clear to you. Now come to the next, objectives of financial management. Objectives. The main, primary and the most important objective of financial management is to maximize the shareholders' wealth. Maximizing the shareholders' wealth. Now how the wealth of shareholder will be maximized? Now question arises this only, ki how we will increase the wealth of shareholder. This thing I will explain you with the help of one example. For example, a shareholder purchased 10,000 shares at the rate of 100 each. It means this shareholder invested 10 lakh rupees in our business. The shareholders' wealth is 10 lakh rupees. Now, the main objective of financial management, it means the decision which we take under financial management that should be linked with the maximization of this wealth. The shareholders' wealth should be increased with the decision which we are taking under financial management. This is the most important and the primary objective of financial management. Now, how this 10 lakh will increase? When we give more dividend to the shareholder. And how will give the more dividend to the shareholder? When we earn more. So basically, the main objective of the financial management is to maximize the profit, to satisfy the shareholder, so that the market price of the share increase. See, when we get dividend, then this wealth will be maximized. Or on the other hand, when this market price of the share increase, then also automatically shareholders wealth will be increased. Now the price of my share is 100 rupees. How it will become or increase by 20 rupees or 30 rupees? See, today I am purchasing a share of a ABCD Limited company, that is of 100 rupees. Now when the reputation and the goodwill increases in the market, then the market price of that share, that company will be increased. With the increase in the goodwill, and when they satisfy the shareholder, then the demand occurs in the market, then also the face value of the share will be increased. And with the increase of this market price, automatically the wealth of the shareholder will be increased. If I say in this example only, the shareholder purchased that 10,000 shares at the rate of 100 each only, and when the market price of this share will increase, for example, if it will increase by 150 rupees now the face value of the share is 150. It means now the shareholders' wealth is 10,000 into 15, which is 15 lakh rupees. So it increased, the shareholders' wealth is increased through 10 lakh to 15 lakh. So that is the main objective of financial management. So under financial management, we have to take decision which increase the market price of shares. Market price of the share. So main objective क्या हुआ? The main objective of financial management is to increase the market share of the market price of the share, so that there is an increase in shareholders' wealth. So the primary objective of financial management is to maximize the shareholders' wealth. How this market price will increase? When we satisfied our shareholder, when the goodwill and the reputation will increase. How goodwill will increase? When we earn more profit. We satisfy the shareholder, we give them more dividend, then the reputation of the company will increase in the market, and when reputation increase, the demand will be more for the share, and when demand increase in the market, then the market price will also increase, the share price will also increase, and with the increase of share price, we can maximize the wealth of our shareholder, and that is the main objective of financial management. So under financial management, this decision which we take, the decision which are related with the procurement of fund, we ensure that the availability of fund will be on time and at a very reasonable cost. The cost of procurement of fund should be less. On the other hand, the utilization of fund is properly, we should utilize that fund so that we earn on that investment, more amount we can earn on that investment. Cost should be less, the earning should be more, it will increase the reputation, it will increase the market price of the share, and then it will increase that, then directly it will increase the wealth of the shareholder, and that is the main objective of financial management. See, this is the most important thing. Many questions asked from this objective of financial management. So the objective of financial management is to maximize the wealth of shareholder by increasing the market price of share. And how will increase the market price? To ensure the availability of fund at reasonable cost, to ensure the proper utilization of funds so that we earn the return on investment is more than the cost of fund. To ensure the safety of the funds, shareholders should be satisfied, they get the more dividend, they should be satisfied with the decisions of financial management or with the business enterprises. Then only the demand occurs in the market, the goodwill, the reputation will increase in the market, and that will directly leads to the increase in the market price of share. And when the market price of the share will increase, then automatically the wealth of the shareholder will increase. Clear this thing?